What's up, you cool gals? Denise here, and today I'll be talking about the Yuri manhwa Moonlight Garden by Kang Unnie. So Moonlight Garden is a story about flower maidens. Flower maidens look like ordinary girls when they are young, but adopts the characteristics of flower maidens as they mature, such as giving off really flowery scents that give their identity away as flower maidens. They also have colorful hair similar to the color of the petal of the flowers that they are marked with. Furthermore, they have beautiful features that make both men and women go crazy for them. So once a month, a flower maiden blooms that causes intense lust and pain, which can only be relieved by engaging in sexual activities. As such, flower maidens are kept in the Moonlight Garden as possessions for noble women, because if flower maidens laid with men, their flowers wilt and then they die. So long live Yuri. So when I first read Moonlight Garden, there was a lot of confusion for me. But after reading it for a second time, I've cleared up some of the confusion. For instance, Yewon would sometimes have the same hair color as Yusun, which is dark blue or purplish, which was Hyewon's original hair color. But then, as Hyewon matured into a flower maiden, her hair color turned into light blue, and she has to wear a wig that matches her previous hair color to conceal her bright hair color, which will give away her identity as a flower maiden. And then I also had a question about the deaths of a flower maiden. So how does a flower maiden die? Well, a flower maiden in bloom that does not engage in any sexual activities for 3 days will fall ill. And if they continue to stay in bloom, they will usually perish within a year. But flower maidens inevitably die after 10 years or less of their first bloom, regardless of sexual activity, which is a curse called flower poison. At the peak of the flower poison's curse, a full bloom will result, which causes a flower maiden's body to be covered in flowers and ultimately results in death. So another question I had was, why did Yusun and Hyewon move to the Moonlight Garden? Well, it was to mask Hyewon's flowery scent so that no one would suspect her of being a flower maiden, because flower scents in the Moonlight Garden is not uncommon, as it is the home of the flower maidens. As well, the secret garden only allows certain nobility to enter, so Hyewon and Yusun can change into each other with very little surveillance or none at all. So now let's talk about the characters. We have Dohwa, Yusun, and Hyewon. So Dohwa is an outgoing, positive young girl whose goal is to escape Moonlight Garden by developing an antidote to cure blooming. She concocts potions and perfumes as a distraction from what she really wants to create, which is, as we said earlier, an antidote to blooming. So our second MC is Yusun, who looks a lot like our other MC, Hyewon. We can tell the difference between them, as Yusun wears the red earrings while Hyewon wears the light blue earrings. She is kind and gentle to Dohwa and is also the person behind the secret garden ghost. Then we have the mistress of the Saw family, a family powerful enough to match the power of a royal family, and such she is highly respected. Hyewon, who we can tell by the blue earrings that she wears, also has short light blue hair, who is kind of aggressive and quite a brute in the earlier chapters. Not only to Dohwa but all that reside in the Moonlight Garden. Maybe except for Yusun, because they've been together ever since they were young. Lastly, we have Hyewon's aunt. I wouldn't say she is one of the main characters, but she plays a big role on how Hyewon and Yusun act together, especially Yusun, and was the one to differentiate the two of them by giving them different colored earrings. So far, her motives are still currently unknown, but she seems to want Yusun to take over Hyewon's place indefinitely because she can control Yusun, so she can't be a good character really. Now let's talk about the character development and the dynamic between the characters. So in my opinion, most growth happened with Hyewon as she becomes more gentle and more positive as she spends time with Dohwa. So between Hyewon and Yusun, we know that they are sex partners because Hyewon needs release or she feels intense pain during her bloom. But do they actually like each other? Well, it doesn't seem so, as each time they engage in sexual activities, it doesn't feel romantic. It feels more like an obligation. It doesn't come off as genuinely making love, which isn't that unusual to say because they have been together ever since they were young. And the fact that they look alike, the dynamic between them feels more like siblings or like someone that you have friends with benefits with. On the other hand, we have Hyewon and Dohwa. Hyewon and Dohwa hate each other. Hyewon always aggressively teases Dohwa, while Dohwa, on the other hand, isn't afraid of making comebacks at Hyewon. They become close after a fire broke out. Hyewon rescues Dohwa, and they become even closer after accidentally kissing each other while on a stroll. In the later chapters, Hyewon becomes much more docile and less aggressive, and even tries to initiate intimate contact, such as holding hands with Dohwa, with the pretense of deepening their friendship while creating the antidote for flower maidens. Lastly, the relationship between Dohwa and Yusun. So even in the earlier chapters, we already know that Yusun deeply cares about Dohwa's well-being. She is gentle to her and always comes to her rescue. Consequently, Dohwa likes her too and usually compares her behavior to the brash mistress, Hyewon. The pacing of this story is really good. The story is easy to follow, and once you familiarize yourself with the characters, understanding that red earrings means that the character is Yusun, and when it's light blue, it's Hyewon. The art style is super pretty, and it becomes even prettier in the second season. The later chapters are more detailed and the characters become much more beautiful. There's more like light reflections in the eye, and the colors are more vibrant, which is just really beautiful. So overall thoughts? Moonlight Garden is a great fantasy yuri that provides a fresh take on girl x girl romance. I would rate this manhwa a 9 out of 10. If you haven't read Moonlight Garden, I highly suggest that you give it a read right now. As always, thank you for watching this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already.